Welcome back to Nation of Glory. Today, we bring you a journey that shines with quiet fire, with resilience that whispers louder than screams, and with a heart that believes in craft, pride, and honor. This is not just a wrestling story. This is the story of a girl who never asked for shortcuts, who learned to fight without shouting, who chose technique over noise, spirit over ego, and mastery over comfort. Today, we tell the powerful rise of Wren Sinclair. The world may know her now, but there was a time when no one expected this path. And that is exactly why it is inspiring. So settle in. Let the emotion move through you. Let the spirit of dedication fill your chest. Because this story is about discipline, soul, and a dream that grew wings inside a fighter who never gave up. She was not born under spotlights. No television cameras, no crowd chanting her name. Madison Dombkowski came from quiet beginnings. Ordinary streets, ordinary days, but an extraordinary heart. Life did not hand her fame. It handed her grit, and she learned how to turn grit into ambition. From childhood, she wasn't chasing popularity. She wasn't chasing noise. She chased purpose. While others looked for attention, she looked for growth. She understood early that champions are not loud, they are consistent. They show up. They work. They evolve. She carried that lesson like armor. Growing up, she wasn't the biggest kid, not the loudest, not the one everyone pointed at. But she was the one who paid attention. Observed, studied, understood movement and discipline deeper than most. When life threw challenges, she didn't cry about them, she wrestled with them in silence. There is beauty in quiet strength. There is fire in steady souls. There is power in the people who do not brag about the climb, they just climb. Madison was one of those souls. Before she ever stepped into the WWE universe, she stepped into a different world. A world where wrestling wasn't bright lights and costumes, it was pure technique. Grit, mat work, precision. She entered amateur wrestling, and in those cold rooms, on those unforgiving mats, she found the first version of herself. It wasn't glamour. It was grind. It wasn't applause. It was sweat hitting the floor. It wasn't crowds. It was echoes of breath and disciplined footsteps. And she fell in love with it. Because she didn't need glory first, she needed truth. And wrestling gave her truth. Hard truth. Painful truth. Beautiful truth. Every practice molded her. Every drill sculpted her. Every loss sharpened her mind instead of breaking her spirit. There are two kinds of fighters in life. Those who fight only when they win, and those who fight especially when they lose. Madison was the second. She did not run from struggle, she ran toward it. She understood that victory is just the reward. But the grind, that is the identity. She built her body and her mind brick by brick, without applause, without spotlight, without easy praise. While others dreamed about success, she worked in silence to earn it. Eventually, amateur mats led her toward a new world. Professional wrestling, the stage where she would not just fight, but perform, inspire, connect. But even then, she did not choose what was easy. She didn't choose the flashy character path. She didn't chase fame like a firework. She walked the path of European grappling tradition. Technical mastery. The catch as catch can heritage. The old school art form that demands respect. The style that tests real skill, real knowledge, real discipline. Few wrestlers choose that road. Even fewer excel. Wren Sinclair did. When WWE saw her, they did not see someone pretending. They saw someone authentic. A true wrestler. A technician. A competitor trained in a battlefield where every inch matters and every mistake hurts. They signed a talent, not just a performer. They signed passion wrapped in humility. Strength wrapped in focus. Promise wrapped in real craft. And she arrived in NXT ready to work, not to brag. Ready to learn, not to posture. Ready to show the world that quiet warriors can roar just as loud, through action. When she became Wren Sinclair, a new chapter opened. A wrestler reborn into the modern battlefield, but with a soul carved from tradition. Then came the No Quarter Catch crew. A faction that stands for purity in the sport. For technique. For honor. For the craft of wrestling. A crew representing discipline instead of hype. Masters of holds, locks, submissions, and precision. Wrestlers who fight like wrestling is still sacred. Wren Sinclair fit that group not because she wanted to be like them, but because she was like them already. Discipline recognizes discipline. Technique recognizes technique. Grit recognizes grit. She found a family of warriors who valued skill more than flash. Purpose more than spotlight. Substance more than noise. And with them, she grew sharper. Stronger. More fearless. Many fans today cheer the strongest, the loudest, the flashiest. But then there are fans who love wrestling for wrestling. Who love the struggle, the truth, the fight. And for those fans, Wren Sinclair is a hidden gem becoming a rising light. Not loud, but powerful. Not flashy, but precise. Not arrogant, but dangerous. She steps into the ring not as a character acting tough, but as a wrestler who has lived toughness her whole life. She knows what it means to earn respect instead of demand it. She knows what it means to fight clean, smart, and with honor. And that is what makes her special. Her journey is still young, yes. But youth does not mean weakness. It means beginning. It means potential. And potential is more powerful than achievement because potential holds future greatness. Every match she wrestles is growth. Every opponent she faces becomes a lesson. Every reaction from fans adds fuel to her mission. She doesn't need to rush. She doesn't need to chase attention. Real strength grows with time, not noise. Real legacies are slow fires, not sparks. She is building hers steady, with patience and pride in craft. That kind of journey lasts longer than hype. It lasts forever. There is something uniquely inspiring about wrestlers like Wren Sinclair. They remind us of something the modern world forgets. You don't need to scream to be strong. You don't need to show off to matter. You don't need instant fame to become a legend. You need work. You need belief. You need identity. And she has all three. In a world full of shortcuts, she chose the long road. In a time filled with big voices, she trusted skill to speak for her. In a system that rewards flash, she chose depth. That is bravery. That is old world strength in a modern arena. And as she continues growing in NXT, remember this moment. Because years from now, fans will talk about where it began. Where the spark turned into a flame. Where the wrestler with quiet fury became undeniable. Many will celebrate her future triumphs. But few will truly understand the patience it took to build them. You do now. And if you ever feel overlooked, if you ever feel like the world notices only the loud while the hardworking stay unseen, remember Wren Sinclair. Glory does not always arrive quickly. Sometimes, it arrives with quiet footsteps and conquers the world with technique and truth. She did not cheat the journey, she embraced it. She did not beg for recognition, she earned it. She did not rush the process, she trusted it. NXT is the beginning. The no quarter catch crew is the sharpening stone. The future, that belongs to her. Maybe championships. Maybe legendary matches. Maybe iconic rivalries. But beyond anything, she will build respect. The kind that does not fade. The kind that echoes over time. Because wrestling needs warriors like her. Craft lovers. Pure fighters. Students of the sport. Artists of the hold, the counter, the struggle. She is not just wrestling in the ring. She is protecting its soul. And Nation of Glory, we love fighters like that. Fighters who live the art, not just play the part. Fighters who don't shout, but make the world listen anyway. And soon, many more will know her name. Many more will study her matches. Many more will say, I saw greatness forming when no one understood it yet. That moment is now. That story is happening. You are watching a rise built on respect. So let this be a reminder. Be consistent. Be patient. Be relentless quietly. The world will underestimate you until it can't. Wren Sinclair teaches us that. Chase mastery, not attention. Chase excellence, not applause. And when your moment arrives, you'll be ready, not lucky, but prepared. Because excellence is not an accident. It is discipline lived day after day. Thank you for listening to this emotional journey here on Nation of Glory. If this story inspired you, if it reminded you that greatness can be humble, strong, technical and pure, then do your part. Like this video. Comment if you felt that fire. Share this with someone who believes in slow, honest growth. And do not forget to subscribe to Nation of Glory. We bring you stories of heart, discipline, dreams, and warriors becoming legends. Until next time, stay true, stay strong, stay relentless. This is Nation of Glory. Thank you, and we will see you in the next chapter of greatness.